Here's one for the collectors and Weihrauch fans out there, because there are only 300 of these globally. Hello and welcome to AAR on Air, and today is going to be a real treat for the German rifle fans and the guys who have nothing better to do. The last bit relates to the amount of comments I get from people around their interpretation of pronunciation of this gun manufacturer, most of whom have never studied German or even English for that matter. But here goes, keyboard warriors at the ready. Today's review is the limited edition HW100 KT, and yes, I pronounced the H, which is just as correct as H, and is increasingly becoming more accepted and used by the English population as a whole. Note I said whole and not ole, even though it starts with a WH. It is also a regional thing too, by the way, so you can call it H and I will call it H, and let's leave it there, shall we? This is an airgun channel after all. Oh, and in German, the Weihrauch is with a V and ending in a clearing of your throat. German is a guttural language after all. Now, as you know, I don't do box opening videos because anyone can open a box without the need for someone to show them how. But I just wanted to highlight the individual way Weihrauch box their rifles up ready for delivery. And it's not a bad idea. You see, the air cylinder comes separate and wrapped nicely and safely in bubble wrap. The magazine, of which there are two, and the filler probe, etc., are in their own box, and the top Picatinny rail option and biathlon side lever are in a bag with the certificate of authenticity. All of this protects the rather beautiful laminate stock. So nice idea, and when all put together in the polystyrene box insert should stand the transportation from Germany to your retail outlet without any issues. Let's get this put together then, shall we, and do the walk around. It is 965mm or 38 inches long, including the supplied and fitted Weihrauch silencer. Altogether, it tips the scales unscoped at exactly 3.6 kilograms or 7 pounds 15.2 ounces. It comes in an adjustable grey laminate stock and has a contrasting black and silver bronze finish to the metalwork. Let's look a little closer then, shall we? From the front, it is fitted with a highly acclaimed and popular Weihrauch silencer, as we've already said. That naturally suits these rifles so very well and keeps any noise down to a more than acceptable level. This is fitted to that standout barrel, which has a long standard 1/2 inch UNF thread, so you could change a silencer if for some strange and bizarre reason you felt the need to. Now, this is the shorter of the HW100s, which keeps the barrel length down to around 300mm, and that forces the length of the air cylinder to be reduced too, and then it's down to 105 cc's, which should be taken to a maximum fill pressure of only 200 bar. So these factors combined, it isn't going to win any top trumps challenge in the shot count, especially considering this is in the Air Hungry 177 caliber. But it needs to be remembered that this is more likely to be a range gun rather than a hunting rifle in this beautiful limited edition livery. That is, of course, if it ever sees the light of day rather than finding itself kept for future generations under the bed in its included limited edition Kreutz fleece-lined bag in silver and edged in black. It's a nice thing. That said, it has a claimed 100 shot count with 120 in the 22 caliber. Each rifle is stamped on the left-hand side with the limited edition, the individual number out of 300. The side lever on the right hand side is as smooth as you would expect and comes easily to hand, but does require you taking your hand off and away from the trigger. The safety is simple and effective and is exactly the same that is fitted to most all Weihrauch PCPs, with forward for fire and back for safe. It isn't auto-engaging and will only engage when the rifle is cocked. The trigger is 2-stage and adjustable and is just lovely straight out of the box. The magazines are 14 round, ultra simple, just as we've come to expect from Weihrauch. No springs to go wrong, or reverse pellet insertion, skirt first, and no, there's no countdown or lock open after last shot either. But the chances of these going wrong is almost nil. The stock is beautiful, and then again, I'm a sucker for a nice laminate, and this is high quality and has a quick adjustment cheek rest that is operated by a single push button. Now, how simple is that? The butt pad is also height adjustable. The grip is stippled for ultimate grip and is very comfortable. There is no front bipod point, either in the form of a swivel or a weaver rail. But that, to me, highlights this is more of a range gun, and a standalone stand would be used instead of a fixed bipod or the like. The air filler port is at the front of the air cylinder, as per all Weihrauchs, along with an oversized manometer out front, which is very clear, and with the silencer fitted is quite far back from the business end, and should be easily read without the need to look down the barrel. So what about power from this 177 caliber sub 12 rifle? Well, time to get this over the chronograph and check that out. This is likely to be used for target work, so 8 grain type pellets are probably the order of the day. Using the increasingly popular Barracuda 8 from H&N, which are 8.44 grains, it saw a maximum of 782 feet per second, which is 11.46 foot-pounds or 15.54 joules. Nothing wrong with that at all. By the way, from a full magazine, it only saw a deviation of 3 feet per second. Now that's good. Time to drop a scope on this and see if it's as accurate as it is consistent, out at 40 metres, using the all-new and amazing Vector Orion Pro first focal plane. Here goes. It's Weihrauch limited edition time. I do like a Weihrauch, it must be said. They are a nice built thing. They're a bit, I don't know, a bit Audi. You're getting that quality. It's not quite a sports car, but it's reliable with just enough things to attract you to it. It's not an RS4 or something like that, no, but it is an A4. And what they've done with this one is they've given it some nice finishes, so they've given it a few extras. Now, what I have done on this one, because it's a nice gun, it is a nice gun and it demands really some better optics, so what I've put on it is I've put the new Orion Pro. Now, it's not massively expensive, but it is first focal plane, it's 4:16, it's nice clear 30mm optics, 30mm tube, clear optics. It's a nice piece of kit for the money, and I just thought it'd be nice to actually pop it onto this one. I may actually do a review of this later on, because it is one of those scopes that does grab you. Anyway, let's have a look. We're down at 40 metres. Now, the one thing that you can always say about a Weihrauch is it is simple. It feels as though it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The magazines are so simple on these things. You know, you could throw them around the room, pick them back up, put your pellets in, stick it in, and it'll fire absolutely perfectly. No problem at all. You could tread on them, you could run over them, you could do all sorts. They are literally bulletproof. I do like them. Right, okay, let's give it a go. Down the range. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Irrespective of whether that's a fluke or not. The feel on that, the release off the trigger, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I do like that. It's a comfortable gun as well. You know, I've shot some budget stuff today, and don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoy my time shooting some of these budget guns. Then you get onto something like this, and believe you me, you can see the money's worth. I haven't altered anything, I've just lifted it out of the box. I haven't put the cheek riser into position, this, anything, the butt. I've changed nothing. All I've done is brung it and shoot it, as they would say. So, yeah, and it's a dream to use. I do like this scope though, very much. Ah, that was me. That's definitely not the gun. That's definitely me. I'm getting a bit too excited, I'm afraid. I get the feeling that is going to do that all day long, so there's really no point in just keep going on and on and on. We're not proving a great deal of anything. It is accurate, it's beautiful to use. I love laminates, I quite like this grey, silver grey. It is a limited edition, so snaffle them up. Does the colour of the barrel make any major change? Well, it signifies it's different. And of course you've not got huge shot count on these because of that small cylinder on the front. It feels beautifully made, absolutely beautifully made. I mean, I do like my Manellis, but they've made a nice job of this one. Side lever is super smooth. It seems to be that the action is not on the way back, it's on the way forward, but it's just so smooth, there's nothing to it. It does a superb job. Yes, you drive that round all day in an Audi A1, A3, A4 kind of thing. But if you want something really, really sporty, you've got to go somewhere else. But do you need it? That's a real everyday gun. The only thing is this one is a limited, so the chances are, it's a shame, it's going to find itself under people's beds rather than actually out and shooting. I have one complaint. And on this particular one I've put the Picatinny rail on top because it's a dovetail and you got a Picatinny adapter to go on top, which I put on. Now it's obviously no detriment because it's doing its job, but it's plastic, it's not a metal one, and I would have preferred it to have been metal rather than a plastic add-on. They've given you the ability to do either dovetail or Picatinny, so that's a plus, but it is plastic. I would have preferred that to have been metal. That said, it's hit it all day long. So I've got no complaints, really, because I've got no proof that it's having an effect. I like it. I like it very much. I've got a 110, I had a 100, I sold it. The only reason I sold it was too heavy because I had the great big FAC thing. It was just too much to carry around all day doing any hunting. So, but that is much neater. It's the KT thumb hole, nice gun, very nice gun. I've said enough, back to the studio. That's about what I expected from a Weihrauch, to be fair, and so nice to use. The price on this limited edition is £1,350 UK, assuming you can get your hands on one. All this much quality, accuracy and a limited edition item isn't overly expensive at all, in my opinion. What more can I say? It's a Weihrauch. So there you have it. The Weihrauch HW100 KT300 limited edition. It's a tough job this, isn't it? Right, get your clicky bits ready. But just before you do, I get asked all the time in the comments, what rest do you use? What scope is it? Etc, etc. Well, in every review I leave all those details in the links below, and still it doesn't seem to stop the questions. Then I realised that it probably isn't as easy to access to everyone who may not realise. So here is how you get there. Underneath the video is a more in bold letters. Click on this and it opens up the description, and all the information you may need should be there, but not the gun, because YouTube don't allow gun links in descriptions. But the general vector link will get you pretty darn close to where you need to be. Hopefully that helps. Now it's time for thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification and alarm bell, check out this little lot, and of course there's the AAR on Air website. A big thank you to Vector Air for getting hold of this for me to review for you. They are so very helpful. The biggest thanks, as always, goes out to you guys for watching. Please stay safe and shoot safe, and hopefully I'll see you all next week. Bye for now. We'll let that go over first. I'm up against it today. I really am up against it today. So, go away.